What's up, everybody? My name is Chad. You're watching Downshift Pass, and this is the 2025 Tesla Model 3 Performance. And that's right, folks. Today we have the Performance edition of the Model 3. So of course we're going to go over the exterior, but these wheels here are exclusive and all new to the new Model 3 Performance model. They call it their warp wheel. The interior, this is the biggest change that you have in the rear. You do have your own screen. We're going to take it for a drive. Nice. And do the audio test. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and continue watching. All right, folks, let's go ahead and start with the exterior styling as we always do. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to this paint color. This is gorgeous. I hope it captures well on the camera. The name of the paint color is Ultra Red. It kind of gives you that Mazda red, that soul red, but just a little bit more richer, a little bit more deeper. And I think it's absolutely worth the $2,000 upcharge that it costs to get on the Model 3. But styling here, of course, headlights, full LED unit. This is actually a matrix LED, so the lights can dance and do some crazy, funky Tesla things. Now, with this being a performance model, you have a brand new or a different bumper that you have than the different Model 3. So you have that splitter that's actually different. And then you have some aero bits here to kind of aid with aerodynamics of the vehicle. Now, as we swing along to the side profile here, very reminiscent of the first generation Model 3. Not much has changed as far as the design or the styling of it goes. But these wheels here are exclusive and all new to the new Model 3 Performance model. They call it their warp wheel. It's a 20-inch wheel, 235 in the front, 275 in the rear. So some really large tires that you get here. Again, 20 inches. And then you do have these aero caps over the wheel. So these can actually be removed. And when you remove it, it gives you a whole new wheel design that looks so much more aggressive, I think. Kind of fits the performance better. But you get better mileage when you keep them on. Of course, you have larger brakes in the front and rear. They do have, they're painted in red and have Tesla on the calipers as well. And again, side profile, all the same, but swinging around to the rear, this is probably the largest difference from the previous generation Model 3. Now again, performance differences, you have this nice carbon fiber style spoiler and it pokes out really nicely. I love how it looks on the vehicle. Brand new tail light design. Of course, it's full LED brake light as well as the turn signal. Your reverse light actually sits down below in that housing right here. And then this right here, this badge lets you know that this is a performance model. Not quite the plaid badge, but very similar to it, but it is the performance model, so it is a little bit different. Tesla spelled out boldly in the back. And down below, to round it all out, you do have a splitter as well that only comes on the performance model. So they did make a few changes for the performance model, which I'm glad they have the differentiators now to let people know, hey, I spent a little bit more money. I'm a little bit more aggressive of a driver, get out of my way type situation. And they are appreciated by me. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cargo space. Of course, you can just push the button on the trunk lid there, or you can use your phone to open it, and of course on the screen you can use it as well. So some really nice space back here. The seats do fold down 60-40. You have storage on either side, and then right under here you also have some really deep storage. Typically that's where you would put your charger if you carry your charger around under the load floor there. So that's really awesome. Power operated. Again, this is the fourth way you can do it with that button there. Now this is an electric vehicle, so of course with electric cars you could just hop on the app here and open the front trunk. So let's go ahead and do that with the push of a button on my phone. It pops right open, and I love that there is no latch or anything that you have to find or finagle with. Once you push that button, you can just lift it right up. And so you do have some really great storage space here as well. The only thing you have under here is your windshield washer fluid access cap here to put your windshield washer fluid in, and that's pretty much it as far as storage space goes. So great storage space on the outside, and when you close it, you want to be careful. Just push it down, push on a T, and it locks right into place. Now let's go ahead and hop inside of the Model 3. I'm going to start in the back seat, because there were some great changes that they made back here as well. Now, my vehicle does have the white interior, as you can see, and it is gorgeous. Oh, Tesla's white interior just has never gotten old, and I'm so happy that they continue to keep it in the vehicle. Now, you do have some pretty decent leg room back here. The seat is all the way back, keep that in mind, but decent knee room. You do have a little bit of space to put your feet under the seat, but once this seat is slid up a little bit, you know, it's not too bad back here. Now, this is the biggest change that you have in the rear. You do have your own screen. It is a nice size. The resolution of it is really great. And you have air conditioning controls. So you just push the button, the air conditioning lights up. You can control where the fan is on the screen here, and you can control different fan speeds as well. You can only control it 2 different levels, but plenty back here for this smaller area. You can control the front seat here as well, which I think is really dope. So at the push of a button, I can control the front seat. And then, of course, you do have heated seats in the rear, on the rear outboard seats, not in the middle seat. And if you want to cut it all off, you can use the screen, or you can just press the all off button. You do have where you could control the radio controls. And then this situation right here is for all your video, Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, and then a ton of different games to choose from. So if you're back here charging and the kids are back here, or adults are back here, they will be plenty entertained for the time being. Control your Bluetooth devices back here as well, the screen brightness. You can control the radio volume up front, which is neat. And one really neat thing, if you are watching a video back here, it only plays on the rear speaker. So I think that's a nice little detail that they included in the vehicle. So I just love this screen, and look at how easy it operates, how smooth it is. Tesla really has the tech thing down. I just absolutely adore this screen. You do have a flat load floor, and then of course you have a armrest, 2 cup holders in the armrest as well, and the seats do fold down with the latch back here, so you can get access to the trunk area should you need it, and it does fold down on both sides. Another small detail I love is the size of this armrest. It's very long, it's wide enough, plenty of space if you're sitting back here to really just kind of get comfortable. And I feel like those small details kind of get overlooked, but I'm a detail person, so I just appreciate the size of this armrest. Now, as we look up above, of course, you have your full glass roof here, and this is a huge panel from the rear all the way to the front. It is probably about, it says 82 degrees out right now. The sun is right above me, and I mean, I don't feel like it's beaming on me too hard or anything. Now, if you live in Phoenix or in some super hot area, you might feel differently, but right now I am comfortable. But that's about it for the rear seat. Let's go ahead and hop in the front. You do have some storage in the door as well, and it is lined with felt, so whatever you put in here is not going to rattle around terribly. Now, hopping into the Tesla as the driver, you have a couple of different ways to get in. If you have the key card, you could just put it right here where this camera is, and it'll unlock the car. Or if you have your phone in your pocket, you can just walk up to the car, pull the handle, and get right on in. Now we're going to go ahead and close the door, and of course no key, so to start the car, just foot on the brake, car comes to life. Very, very simple, very simple. And this is the interior, the front interior space of the Tesla Model 3. Now I don't know if you can really see it because I think it's white, so let me change it here. You do have, the biggest change to me on the interior is the accent lights. So I'm going to cut it to red, you'll be able to see, and I'll cut it up bright. Here we go, the brightness all the way up. So probably not showing well on camera. Watch my nighttime drive, it looks amazing, especially at night. But you have this LED strip that runs along the entire vehicle, and I'm talking about all the way to the back. So that is really, really neat. Newly designed steering wheel as well. And again, this is the performance model. Performance differences, these front seats here are heavily bolstered, so you have a nice headrest here for when you do that 2.9 seconds to 60. And then you have that performance badge here that's actually in the seat. Again, not the plaid badge, but the performance badge in the seat. And then the seats just look really cool. So they are heavily bolstered. They hold you in pretty decently, but they are very comfortable, folks, very comfortable. Heated as well as cooled. Keep in mind, this does not have any turn stalks or any windshield stalks, so you're not going to see that. So your turn signal is on the steering wheel here, and you can control your windshield wipers and everything all in this one unit here. It's Really awesome unit. Everything you need is right here. You can even have quick settings at the top when you push the menu button, and your climate controls are here. All your vehicle controls are here. Here's the windshield control. A lot of things you can put in auto, and once you put it in auto, the car just kind of remembers you. The car kind of knows what to do when it's raining. It, you know, automatically will control the wiper, so you really don't have to do too much. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably seen a ton of other Tesla videos explaining this system, so I won't go too deep into it. No Apple CarPlay, no Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto, which I should have that off the top of my head. I'm an Android user. No Android Auto, but you do have this nicely integrated system here, a navigation system here that works brilliantly. And again, everything on this system just works. You push it, it just goes straight to what you want it to do. It's really, really an awesome system that they have here. Now, moving down below, you do have 2 wireless charging pads, and because the acceleration is so strong in this vehicle, I love that it's at an angle. You can accelerate all day long. These phones do not move out of this position, so I love that. More very deep storage here, as well as a 12 volt in there should you need it. And of course, you can cover this up at the push of a button. It closes. 2 cup holders here, 2 cup holders here, and this also closes up to give you a nice, clean, sleek, minimalist, as they like to say, look. Now in here, this is your armrest. It is leather wrapped. You can just lift it up. And again, more deep storage in here. You have deep storage in the doors, on both doors, and you have speakers everywhere in this car. 3 in each door alone, as well as in the back. Just some really awesome interior space. So again, it is minimalist. It's not too much to describe or explain. Once you get in, it is the most simple thing to use. But folks, this is the performance model. I know why you are here. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, folks, setting out here in the 2025 Tesla Model 3 Performance. As you can see, the turn signal, like I mentioned earlier in the video, is all on the stalk here. So to go left, you press the button up, or I'm sorry, to go right, you press the button up. To go left, you press the bottom button here. And that definitely takes some getting used to, but I will admit, I got used to it rather quickly. Now, this being a performance model, you have over 500 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. Tesla is always iffy on announcing what the exact numbers are. I've seen about 510, but because, you know, at a software update, you could get a lot more horsepower. So 0 to 60, they say, is in 2.9 seconds. And there is nothing to do crazy as far as launch control here. You can just press the vehicle button here. Dynamics, put it in insane mode. I have ride handling and sports, which firms up the suspension. And I'm just going to brake torque it here. It's very simple. Foot on the brake, foot fully on the gas. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. that was about 70 something maybe. And I mean, this car gets there so quickly. Immediate torque, as you know, electric motors, how they operate. And even if I press it now, it's immediate. It's immediate. It's like being on a roller coaster, and it just takes your breath away. It's hard to talk. It's really nice. And this all-wheel drive system, I mean, geez, no wheel spin at all. It's amazing. Even in the corner floor, it just goes. Now, of course, you know, they cannot call it performance. It has to be just the sum of all its parts. And the one thing that this car does really well is handle. It handles really, really nicely. So like I said, you have tires 235 in the front, 275 in the rear. So it does give it a rear-wheel drive kind of feel. It doesn't understeer the way a typical all-wheel drive car does. It definitely handles, the balance is just really nice that it creates. one more time. Why not? So you got a little bit of rotation there when you turn the wheel and gun it. But I mean, with these tires on it, it's very hard to break traction in this vehicle. So let's go ahead and put it in chill mode and accelerate super briefly and see what that's like. So this is chill mode, foot to the floor. Oh boy. Very slow. All right, let's try standard mode. Definitely pulls you hard. And let's do insane mode. Oh. You really notice it in insane mode a lot. Now I just like to come back here and see how a vehicle can handle a U-turn. Pretty nice turn, really tight turning radius actually. I appreciate that. Most electric cars will, they don't have an engine or anything that's messing with it to get in the way of the wheels. This acceleration never gets old. Brakes feel really good too. Again, if you've driven the last generation Model 3, those brakes were whoo-wee. Getting onto the highway here in the Tesla Model 3 Performance. Very quickly, I'm going to do the full self-driving. You just push the button and it automatically comes on by itself. I want to see how it can handle this curve here. Most cars really don't handle this curve well with their self-driving systems. One of the best. One of the best. And you know what? As we take it onto the highway, I'm just gonna keep letting it do its thing. So it decides it needs to get over. It wants to get out the fast lane for me. It's gonna cut that Tundra off a little bit. Let me pick up the speed here. You can set the speed 75, set it to 80 max and let it do its thing. Now, one really neat thing I think you can do here in this car is when you do go to the settings, change it to autopilot, full self-driving profile, you put it in hurry, and that way it won't, the way it just cut that car off to get over to try to, you know, get out the fast lane, it won't do that as much, and it'll also go around cars a little bit more on its own when it notices a car in front of you is moving a little slow. So a really nice feature that they have. Highway driving is very comfortable. I feel like people's biggest question with electric cars is, what's the sound deadening like with no engine rumble or anything? And let's figure it out. Just deciding to get back into the fast lane. This is really awesome. Oh, we got traffic. I'll let it sit in the traffic while we talk. It brakes very smoothly. Picks up speed very smoothly in the full self-driving. Really dope. Obviously, it'll come to a complete stop. It'll start going when it's time. It'll make left-hand turns. It'll make right-hand turns. If you want to see a full video of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I do have a full video where I'm driving somewhere and I'm showing from a parking spot to the destination. The car does everything. I'm just sitting there kind of enjoying. Nice quiet cabin. This is a really awesome car, folks. $58,000. Honestly, worth every penny. It's really worth every penny. Now, while we sit here and I let the car just do its full self-driving thing, we might as well take a listen to the audio system. Now, with the all-wheel drive and up, so performance model included, you do have an upgraded audio system. It has been talked about everywhere about how good this audio system is. So let's go ahead and take a listen. All right, folks, and that was the upgraded audio system that you get in the Tesla Model 3 Performance. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. I think it sounds really nice. Volume gets really loud. It's a little bass heavy. I did end up cutting the bass all the way, or the subwoofer all the way up and the bass up halfway, just to kind of, you know, see what that was like. But it's a little on the bass heavy side for me, even without cutting all that up. But the clarity is there, and that's really what you want to look for in a really good audio system. Clarity along with the bass, the treble, everything just should mesh well together, and it does that in this car. I'm going to try to take this exit, so I'm going to push the button to turn the blinker on. The car sees that it can get over pretty clearly. We're going to get over one more time. Is it going to try to get in front of this car, behind it? Oh, I've never seen it get confused. Why are you Wow, okay. Well, there's a real world test for you. Typically does a really good job, though. If I had something in the navigation, it would know exactly where to go and do its own thing. All right, folks, as we slowly roll into my final thoughts on the Tesla Model 3 Performance, it recognizes the light as green and it takes off on its own. That's a really awesome system that Tesla has there. But folks, this car is $58,000. Yes, it is top of the line model. It's deciding it needs to get out the fast lane. It could teach some of you guys a thing or two. Now, for this car to cost $58,000, plain and simple, I think it's worth every penny, especially it being a performance model. And now you got the performance upgrades, you got the look on the outside, you got the additional goodies for the performance model on the inside with the seats. Great technology. This system right here is just phenomenal. Wireless charger, nice materials, a much better build quality. If you looked at the last generation Model 3 and said, this feels a little too teeny or cheap, take a look at this one. Now, I think the competition definitely feels a little bit better, but you get some things in this car that you don't get in that one. The technology is truly unmatched, and it's really hard to beat that. And when you combine everything that this car has in addition to the price, it's really a win-win situation for the Model 3 Performance. So if you made it this far in the video, I absolutely appreciate you for watching. I have not touched the steering wheel once at all. If you've noticed, it is slowing down, it's picking up speed, it's stopping, it's making lefts, it's making rights. Actually, let's see if it'll make a left-hand turn before we leave here. It's not doing it. Oh well, you've seen it. And if you want to watch it, watch my other video where I do a full self-driving test. But I appreciate you watching this far in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so I continue to get cool content like this. Take care. Bye-bye.